है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, पता नहीं, जो थारी राय सो हमारी राय, nothing to do, nowhere to go, देखो सुनो मत बोलो, wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100% कर्नाटक, किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो, ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना, who asked you live at zero complete level, मौज में रहो, be happy.
श्री कृष्णा श्री कृष्णा श्री कृष्णा श्री कृष्णा. गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः, गुरु साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म, तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः, तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. रिपीट. नान्तप्रज्ञं न बहिष्प्रज्ञं, नो भयतप्रज्ञं, न प्रज्ञानघनं, न प्रज्ञं नाप्रज्ञं, अदृष्टम् अव्यवहार्यम् अग्राह्यम् अलक्षणम् अचिन्त्यम् अव्यपदेश्यम् एकात्म प्रत्ययसारम् प्रपंचोपशमम् शांतं शिवम् अद्वैतम् चतुर्थं मन्यन्ते स आत्मा स विज्ञेयः. How to recognize the self? So, what we know? We know Antaprajnam, the dreamer and the dream. Vaishprajnam, the Vaishvanara and the waking world. Na Ubheta Prajnam. So what is the truth? Neither the waker nor the waking world nor the waking experiences. Neither the dream nor the dream world nor the dream experiences. Nor the mixture of the two. Na Ubheta Prajnam. Na Prajnana Ghanam. Nor it is the deep sleep, the prajna, na prajnam. You can't even call it as knowledge. That doesn't mean it is ignorance. No, na prajnam. Everything is contradicted. Then adrishtam, your sense organs are useless. Avyavaharyam, you cannot deal with. You cannot. You can deal with something or somebody who is other than you. You cannot deal with avyavaharyam. And therefore agrahyam, your karmendriyas don't function. Alakshanam, it cannot be indicated by any attributes. We put all the attributes, all compassionate, loving, all pervading, useless. Then achintyam, therefore you cannot think about it. Avyapadeshyam, you cannot speak about it. And in this manner, Eka Atma Pratyasaram, this is the one absolute being that we are. And here, Prapanchopashamam, there is no Prapancha, Shantam Shivam Advaitam, Chaturtham Manyante. This is the Chatushpad, the fourth pad, Chaturtha Pada, Savidneyaha. This has to be recognized as our essential nature. Now, on this mantra, Gaudapadacharya Maharaj has written the Karikas. Now, Many times we have to know ourselves. You cannot ask others. When I am taking food, can I ask others, say, excuse me, is my stomach full? It is a subjective experience. Whether we are abiding in the truth or not, whom will you ask? Andhe naivaniya mana yasanda, one blind asking the other blind. Therefore, here, these are the things which will start happening. It is not done, it will start happening if we are abiding in this Turiya Tattva. Nivrutte sarva dukkhanam ईशानः प्रभुरव्ययः अद्वैतः सर्वभावानां देवस्तुर्यो विभुस्मृतः. So this Deva, this Turiya, how do we know we are abiding in this? First symptom, Sarva Dukkhanam Nivrutti. Nivrutte Sarva Dukkhana. So, what is the meaning of Nivrutti of all the miseries? Miseries coming or going is not the issue. Issue is, do we become miserable or not? A, an example of this could be when a person is in coma, he is not miserable because the miseries are blocked by the medicines. So this is not the meaning. Okay? So one is very much living dynamically in this world, going through all the experiences which are already determined by the divine will, and in spite of that, miseries will come, but he will not become miserable. Then you are abiding in the truth. And therefore, how do we know whether we are abiding in the truth or not? Wait for the miseries to come. Sarva Dukkhanam Ishanaha. He is the Ishvara, the controller of all the miseries. Prabhu Avyaha. And he doesn't change. Ever the same. And Sarva Bhavanam Advaitaha. So all the experiences are at par. There is nothing like good experience, bad experience. No. Experience is experience. And this is called Devasturya Vibhu Smritaha. Now it is so clear. Waking comes and goes, nothing happens to us. Dream comes and goes, nothing happens to us. Deep sleep comes and goes, nothing happens to us. What do we gain in the waking? And when the waking is over, we are in the next step, dream, what do we lose? Nothing. Same is the story with the dream. And same is the story with the deep sleep. Therefore, if we become aware of, don't concentrate on the Turiya. One lady in Rishikesh, somewhere asked, Swamiji, what is this Turiya? I said, Turai ki sabji. Somewhere they hear the words and then they want to know about it. Okay? Therefore, Devasturyo Vibhusmrtaha. Therefore, if we want to come to this stage, number one, don't react. When we react, we are born as somebody. Suppose somebody tells you are a fool and we react. Don't call me only fool. Why? I am from Maharashtra. Then Maha fool. Maharashtrians are everything Maha. If you call them Beokuf, they don't like it. Maha Beokuf. Maha Murkha. Therefore, miseries will come, but we will not become miserable. You are abiding in the truth. Therefore, every experience of our life is a spiritual examination. Every experience, good or bad. As much bad experiences create impressions and samskar on our mind, so much good experiences also create samskar. And as a result, these good samskar propel us to repeat it, and the bad samskar propel us to avoid it. And thus, we are guided by the samskara called as raga and dvesha. Therefore, Turiya is the one which is an illuminator. Are we not illuminating? Waking we know, dream we know, deep sleep we know, nothing happened to us. Like the vision knows all colors and forms, nothing happens to vision. The sense organs are functioning or not, nothing happens to mind. Whether the mind is sleepy or awake, nothing happens to eye. Whether the eye is sleeping and snoring, nothing happens to life. The more you become, now just give it a try. Listen something in your mind very, very deep. For example, Sri Ram, Jai Jai Ram at a Vaikhari level. Then go within in your Madhyama level. Then go still down, Pashyanti level. Then go still down, the Paravani. If you are accompanying me, you are not sleeping. There is no pressure, tension anywhere within the body because Paravani is beyond the body. To such an extent that this mantra, Sri Ram, Jai Jai Ram, also is swallowed in the utter silence. Living in this 24/7 is living in meditation, and now we have comprehended what is the meaning of Turiya, the fourth one. Nivrutte sarvadukhanam ishanaha prabhuravyaha advaitaha sarvabhavanam devasturyo vibhusmritaha. So he is the Deva, the Turiya Tattva. Friends, now what happens about this waker, dreamer and deep sleeper? Who are they? What are they? Next verse. Karya Karana Buddhautau Ishyete Vishwatejasau Prajna Karana Baddhastu Dvautau Turyena Siddhyataha. Vishwa and Tejas, waker and a dreamer, they are bound, limited, conditioned by Karya Karana. Karya Karana is cause and effect. Everything in our waking experience is a catch of cause and effect. And therefore, when we are able to accept the life or experiences as God's grace, then you transcend the cause and effect. But instead of that, but Swamiji, why this is happening only to me? You are most qualified. The devotion is not a crying system. To be a devotee and to cry, contradiction in terms. Therefore, whenever we are under the influence of this cause and effect, and this is how the Karma Kanda, the Yoga, the Sankhya, they fool us. Because you have tortured that lady in your last life, therefore in this life she is taking the revenge with interest, and therefore you have to suffer. So what is done in this one? You are held responsible for whatever happens in your life, not anyone. So what is the irresponsible way we are living? Because we are asking questions. Why? Because the sky is too high. क्या ऐसा ही है? The moment you drop this dirty word, why, coupled with how, if we have to write our biography in one sentence, what will write? We are whiling our life by howling at the life. क्या ऐसा ही होता है? No logic. कार्य कारण बद्धौतौ इष्येते विश्व तेजसौ. So विश्व तेजसौ, they are conditioned by the cause and effect. Prajna tu karana baddhastu. And Prajna, the deep sleeper, is karana baddhastu. He is the cause of the waking and the dream, the waker and the dreamer. And dvautau turyena siddhataha. But in Turiya, there is neither cause nor effect. Therefore, when we are able to go through any experience, good or bad, don't ask a question, why? Because the sky is too high. When we ask a question, why, we take it to be real. We never unnecessarily ask the questions about that which doesn't exist. Therefore, if we have to abide in our own being, the Turiya Tattva, these are the two things. First is go beyond cause and effect. It is like this. Therefore, we told you so many examples. We never ask why the fire is hot. Then we continue. See? But why my wife is like that, she is like that? No, continue. Don't get lost in why. Therefore, if we are abiding in this transcend cause and effect, there was one lady from Kerala, a Gujarati lady. She had a son, got married, and then he was in USA doing the same business, export import, and he was having cancer, and then he was admitted in the hospital. So she also went, the mother, and everything was done, and they came out, paid the bills. So just in the cafeteria, they had a cup of tea before going home. They took a cup of tea, and after the tea cup was put down, he closed his life comfortably. Even the doctor could not be called. Everything over in a fraction. That time, that old lady, see the balance. When I came to know, I was there only in LA. So I reached their house. He says, Swami ji, जिसने दिया उसने लिया. She was an old lady of about 70 years and 70 or more, and her son was 42 or 52. Otherwise, keep on crying. So I said, Mama, where from you have learned this? Amidi, you know, you gave me one book. Which book? This Amrita Anubhav. Yes, then in that you have emphasized n number of times Karya Karana Mithya. There is no cause, there is no effect. Therefore, I don't have any question. Why somebody is born as my son and why somebody dies? It happened, that's it. Now there are two ways. Accept gracefully, accept miserably. Choice is about miserable or graceful. Acceptance is not a choice. See, friends, therefore, don't get lost in this cause and effect. There is no meaning. And therefore, another thing I told number of times, that about which you have no question is the truth. About what we have no question, whether I am or I am not. That's all what matters. If we do not know something, it doesn't matter. We do not know how many bricks are used for this hall, isn't it? Who does it matter? Doesn't matter. What is the weight of Donald Trump? Does it make any difference? What makes a difference is, do we know ourselves or not? And we know because we have no doubt about our being. So continuing further, Natmanam ja paranshchaiva na satyam napi nat chandrutam pradnya kinchana samvetti turyam tatsarva druk sada natmanam na parashtaiva na satyam napi cha anrutam. Now here the difference between the pradnya and the turya is take. Now it is in case of waking and dream we can understand. But in deep sleep the pradnya is also not influenced by anything. There is no cause and effect. And the truth, turya is also the same. Then what is the difference between the experience of the deep sleep and abidance in the truth? What is the difference? How important it is. This is told in Bhagavad Gita, 2nd chapter. Ya nisha sarva bhutanam tasyam jagrati sayyami yasyam jagrati bhutani sa nisha pashyato mune. The awakened one abiding in the Turiya is living in this relative world but not getting influenced by the anything that is happening in the relative world. And the ignorant one is sleeping to the divinity in the satsang and awake in the dining hall. See? How can you be miserable in this world? Like there is a eye of wisdom, with the eye of wit. This world is full of joy if you have got a vision to look at it. So, what is the difference? Now, na atmanam na paranshchaiva eva satyam napi anrutam pradnya kinchan samvetti. Pradnya, the deep sleeper, neither he knows himself, nor he knows the others, nor he knows the true satyam, nor he knows the asatya. Na kinchana vetti, he doesn't know anything. It is a state of utter ignorance. But turyatu sarva druk sada. So these two things, they are so simple and deep, but very simple. The example which we gave you. When somebody is sleeping, snoring away, that time somebody comes, takes away the things he doesn't know and doesn't bother also. Because na kinchad vetti. But when we make a statement, I had good sleep, but in between there were bad dreams, who makes this statement? Not the Prajna, but the Turiya makes this statement. Now to recognize this thing, take your personal example. Man is Turiya and husband is Prajna. Now what is the difference between the two? Husband is suffering. Man is enjoying the suffering. See, friends, no relational happiness is ever possible in this world. You get relative happiness. Who is she? She is my relation. Okay. What do you get? Relative happiness. If you want absolute happiness, then go beyond the relative. Therefore, prajnaha kinchan na samvetti turyaha tat sarvadruk sada. Therefore, again and again, don't have to do meditation. Just sit quiet and then so many sounds are heard. We don't react. And for that, it is not necessary. Suppose you are sitting on the airport, don't sit there. There are many people, they sit. Don't do that. Normal, without any special posture. Like these yoga students, they go with the AK-47. Wherever they go, take it out. And now here the yoga students must be killing me. So Turiya Sarvadruk Sada. So when we make a statement, I had good sleep and bad dreams, it is made by the Turiya through the mouth of the waker without becoming a waker. Meaning, what he says, I have eliminated, I have shown both waking, dream, deep sleep, but I was independent of them. Therefore, this is another rule which I have repeated number of times. Illuminator is not influenced by what is illumined. In the Panchadashi, 10th chapter, there is, this topic is called as Natak Deep. This is the Natak, drama going on. This is Satsanga drama. And in this Satsang drama, the lights are there. So if there are more people, will it be a burden for the lights? No. Is it that the light is showing favor to the speaker and no favor to the listener? No. Is the light showing more light on the awakened one and less light on the sleeper? No. And if all of them disappear, will there be any loss to the light? So what is the principle? Illuminator is not influenced by what is illumined. Now apply it on yourself. Eyes illuminate all colors and forms, not influenced by anybody. Our mind is listening to everything, but not influenced by anything. We are the same. Therefore, don't try to understand. Stand under it. Otherwise, like Upanishad says, Yadi manne se suvedeti dharameva nunam tvam vetta brahmano rupam. If you think that you are understood very well, you understood nothing. Because it can't be. Therefore, Prajna, then Turya tat sarvadruk sada. So, we are every day going through this experience. In probably the 18th chapter of Tripura Rahasya very distinctly brought out. Every one of us goes through the Nirvikalpa Samadhi every day, dozens of times. But we have not recognized what is the Nirvikalpa Samadhi. We know waking, we know dream, we know deep sleep, but there is fourth also, Nirvikalpa Samadhi. This is Nirvikalpa Samadhi. You are not understanding anything. When we thus work on this in due time, our old habit of reacting to everything through comments, evaluation, suggestion, all that will disappear. In one Upanishad, a very beautiful mantra comes which I like very much. Na prishtaha kasyachit bruyat, na cha anyayena cha pruchhataha, janan api medhavi jadaval lokam acharet. If somebody has not asked anything, don't poke your nose. If the person who is asking a question, if his intentions are not the inquiry into the truth, but it's superficial, then even if you know, janan api, medhavi, the wise man, jadaval lokamacharet, express that you are dumb, I don't know. Very difficult. And this principle, when you practice, what should be the foundation for practicing this? Number one, we are not obliged to answer everybody's all questions. We are not obliged. I don't know. You know, this mantra I learned from the NRI children. American NRI children, you can see even their news readers and their Mr. Donald Trump. No modulation, no nothing. The same thing, the children in the school. What is your plan after your schooling? I don't know. Like Om Bhur Swaha, the Savitar. So when you say, I don't know, your further questions stop. See, earlier I used to be, now try to explain this way, that way. And then one day I happened to read this particular shloka from Sannyasa Upanishad, if it is right. I don't remember. There it comes. Jananapi medhavi, jadaval lokam acharet. I don't know. Forget about it. Therefore, if you are abiding in Turiya, you don't worry about this world. This world has always been like this. Now, we try to go further. What is the position of the dream and sleep and the Turiya? Swapna nidra yutau adyau prajnastva swapna nidraya na nidram naivacha swapnam turye pashyanti nishtitaha. Adyau, that is the waker and the dreamer, swapna nidra yuktau. So the dreamer is having the swapna and the waker nidra, not the waker, deep sleeper. The deep sleeper is associated with the nidra, the sleep. So Tejas is having dreams and the Prajna is having sleep. Two of them. Then Prajna, what is the position of this Prajna? Swapna, ne Prajna tu aswapna nidraya. Prajna is in deep sleep but without any dreams. Three things. Therefore, Vishwa and Tejas, they are associated with both sleep and Nidra. Subsequently, we will come across. What is Nidra? Tattvasya agrahanam Nidra and anyatha grahanam swapna. Not knowing one's essential nature is deep sleep. And mistaking identity is the dream. So, Sapna Nidra Yudau Adyav. Therefore, these Vishwa and Tejasa, they are Sapna and Nidra having, and Prajna is Sapna Rahita Nidra. Therefore, Asapna Nidraya. Now, these three things, therefore, waker, dreamer, deep sleeper. Their condition is like this. What about the Turiya? Na Nidra, na Chaiva Swapnam, Turya Pashanti Nishtita. In the essential nature, the Turiya Tattva, there is neither sleep nor the dream. Now, here in this Upanishad, this Jagra, Sapna, Sushupti, Avasthatraya is totally denied. There are only two stages. One is Tattvasya Agrahanam is Nidra. Anyatha Grahanam is Swapna. So in the waking also we are in the dream. Tattvasya Agrahanam, I am a man, Agrahanam. Then Anyatha Grahanam, I am a husband. Therefore suffer. Turiya, when you realize you are a man, suffering gone. Can it be simpler than this? Get married and then show? Okay, continue. Therefore, we have to recognize this thing. We have the mistaken identity, and see, here it is coming. Anyatha grunnata swapnaha nidra tattvam viparyase tayokshine turiyam padamashnute. Anyatha grunnataha swapna. The wrong understanding. Anyatha grunnataha swapna. That experience is called as a dream. And nidra tu swapna ajanataha. The tattva ajanataha. When we do not know our essential nature, we are in deep sleep. Now be attentive. Therefore, there are only two things. Either you are awake or you are sleeping. So, when we have mistaken identity, we are in a dream. When we do not know what we are in the deep sleep. So, what we call waking and dream is actually only dream. Swakale satyavad bhati. When the dream is going on, that time it is as a solid reality. Swakale satyavad bhati. But when we are out of the dream, when we are awake, then we say, oh, it was just a dream. So if we can imagine, while the dream is going on, that time you come to know that it is a dream, then from that dream you will not suffer. I know it's a dream, like a drama or some thing we are seeing on the TV. So viparyase tayokshine, when these two things disappear. Which are the two things? One is tattvasya agrahanam, ajanataha, and anyatha grunnataha. When these two things together we can call non-apprehension of the truth plus misapprehension of the truth is samsara. When we go beyond the non-apprehension, that is the sleep, and misapprehension, that is the waker and the dreamer, the truth is revealed. How simple it is. Turiyam padamashnute. we attain our divine nature. Now, when the truth is revealed to us, to the seeker, Anadimaya suptaha yada jiva prabudhyate ajam ajam anidram aswapnam advaitam buddhyate tada. Yada, when anadi mayaya suptaha jivaha, from the anadi maya, beginningless. See, there are two things which are beginningless. One is Paramatma, second is ignorance. How simple it is. One teacher was dictating something for the students moving in the aisle, and the children were writing. One student has written a wrong spelling. So the teachers are there to scold. I had a very wrong notion earlier that the ladies will make very nice teacher, loving teacher, but they are terrible. Experience, I am talking. They're terrible. So the teacher, she gave one. Who taught you wrong spelling? Innocently. Ma'am, wrong spellings are not taught, they happen. See? Ignorance is the cause. Ignorance has no cause. So the causeless is Paramatma and causelessness is stupidity. Both are causeless. The difference is the causeless Paramatma continues to be causeless, but the causeless stupidity can be removed, can be destroyed. That which is Anadi will be Ananta. But if the foolishness is Anadi, that doesn't mean it will not be destroyed. So Anadi Mayaya Suptaha Yada Jiva Prabudhyate. So since when this world is created? Why God has created this world? What could be the reply? Go and ask God here. Don't ask me. Don't try to tell any principle to anybody. Wastage of time. One example I have given in number of my talks, very practical. One child crying in Rishikesh, this happened. And I was enjoying the whole thing there, relax, nothing to do, nowhere to go. And there were 3 visiting ladies. They saw this child is crying. And they asked, Swamiji, why this child is crying? Are? So I make a fun of everything, enjoy life. I said, okay, you imagine why the child is crying. Put them to work. So the mother among them can think only one thing, must be hungry. Nothing else they can think. Mother's love is feed them till they burst open. Then the second was doctor. Doctors cannot think health. Why is he must be having abdominal colic? Enough. The third one, what about you? In our country, stop. A social worker. See? So when these 3 fellows told, then now you tell. I said, why should I tell? The child is crying, he is here, ask him. Hey, why are you crying? Nothing, time pass. Will you say that what the child said is wrong? So don't ask anybody. Ask him who created this world. He will give the same reply. Time pass. See, ekaki naravate. Upanishad tells very clearly. Therefore, anadi mayaya suptaha yada jiva prabudhyate. Therefore, when we come to recognize our divine nature, and what is our divine nature? Ajam, unborn, anidram, we know ourselves. Then aswapnam, we don't imagine. Therefore, advaitam, non-dual, that we are. When we come to discover, then we are abiding in the truth. That which is in the absence of everything is the truth. That which has no beginning, no modification, no end is the truth. Now we only heard it. Immediately apply. Then we come to know that we have no experience of birth. Because we are anadi. But maybe we were not there earlier, then we are born with the body. Do you think out of absence something can be created? There was no child. Then the child is created, born. Like that, were we absent earlier? And out of absence we came out. See? We are the eternal presence. This is what we have to recognize. It is for that purpose this Punarapi Janaram Punarapi Maranam is told. But we take that small thing. One body died, then Jiva came out, and then we enter other body. He was searching where to go, where to go, where to go. Because now he has to go somewhere. The Jiva cannot exist without a house. So he saw in one womb a board. T-O space L-E-T. Entered that small eye. It became a toilet. Naraka. Nara and Naraka, they are synonymous. Bala and Balaka mean the same. Similarly, Nala and Naraka, we are the same. Therefore, Ajam Anidram Asapnam Advaitam Buddhate Tada. All these things you can experience, take any mantra from our happy mantra mala. Na kuch pana, na kuch khona. Relax. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. No meditation, why? Nowhere to go. But it is said in the Upanishad, who asked you? The friends, life is so simple. The simplest is the spiritual life. As much intensely we live our worldly life, 1/10 of that intensity, if we live our spiritual life, the goal is reached. And what is the goal reaching? You don't reach anything, anywhere. It comes to you. By prakata krupala dina dayala. Bhagavan doesn't come from anywhere. He manifests. This example I discovered in one of my travel somewhere. You all travel. Everybody has got this experience. Any suitcase you take, it is small. There is no space. There is no space. Add some space. Space cannot be added. Then remove the unwanted things. When we remove the unwanted things, space is already there. We don't have to get God, Turiya. No, it's already there. But it is stuffed with the waker, his worries. Dreamer, his worries. Deep sleeper, his laziness. Remove that. How to remove that? Karnataka. That's it. Can there be simpler spiritual practice than this thing? No, but I have to do the japa, What for the japa is done? We must know japa should be done. But what for? Thoughts are no problem. The flow of thoughts is a problem. And the flow of thought happens when the theme is finite. When the theme is infinite, no thought flow will happen. We don't get disturbed by the thoughts. We get carried away by the flow of thoughts. Nowhere in the book you will find this thing. You have to find within yourself. Take any finite. Morning, cup of tea. I want a cup of tea. And then I see, oh, they have kept the kettle, but kettle is non-functional. I know, they should, what should I do now? Because the theme is finite. Now another theme, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. No thought breeding will happen. Because Hari Ananta, Paramatma is infinite. Infinite cannot be repeated. Finite alone can be repeated. Cup of tea is finite. Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, infinite. Therefore, the Lord's name is chanted not for getting this, getting that. Just to suspend the impact of thought flow. You don't have to go to any horrible place and remain there silent in a conclusion, in a occlusion and all. No. Remain with everyone, comfortable. But abide in yourself. This is the technique. Ajam anidram asapnam advaitam buddhate tada. Therefore, do not react. When you don't react, thought flow will not form. There is a story from Mahabharata. One guru went to get bhiksha. So the disciple also came, training how to ask bhiksha. So when the Guru Maharaj went, the owner of that shop started Gali Sahasranam. You are good but doing nothing. You are a rascal. Because of you, the whole country. Even God's names are only 1,000. Abuses, how much will he give? He finally tired. आपको तो शर्म भी नहीं है. One more gali. But this Guru Maharaj standing. So when he went away, disciple, Maharaj, shall I return? He said, yes, if you are taken, you must return. Like I may talk about Brahman. But who listens? But if I tell you some bad word, immediately you listen. Oh, why did you tell me? Because it is so familiar. Therefore, to awaken to one's essential nature is this simple thing. Dekho, suno, mat bolo. Don't react in life. No reaction. When there is no reaction, nobody is born. When there is a reaction, somebody is born. See? Husband, wife. If the husband reacts, husband is born. Then he should accept. Husband is the one who has no freedom to laugh. Hasiband is husband. Abbreviation. So, there is no other way than to know your divine nature. Otherwise, whatever you may do, it is all useless. So, what about the world? Prapancho yadi vidyeta nivarteta na samshayaha. Do this also. Prapancho yadi vidyeta nivarteta na samshayaha. Maya matramidam dvaitam. Advaitam paramarthataha. Prapancho yadi vidyeta. If this world is really existing, then you can think of changing it or removing it. But Maya matramidam dvaitam. all the duality is only in relation to each other. Therefore, these are so simple basics. So, two things with reference to body, possessions, with reference to mind, relations. Possessions and relation, these are the two burdens that we carry with us. And when we carry any burden, we want to unburden ourselves. Therefore, what we do, we go to sleep in satsang. Brahman is too difficult here. Not knowing that he is merging back to Brahman, but he doesn't know. Therefore, prapancho yadi vidyeta, if this world is real, then yes, we had to do something. This is the reason why in our religion there is no place for conversion. Janmana jayate Hindu. By birth, everybody is Hindu. Recently, I went to one factory in where Bhopal. They are manufacturing. I give some chocolates also to my host in Bengaluru. They are manufacturing all the products, Cadbury's chocolates, completely manufactured there, labeled and everything. And then the Cadbury people tell, send this lot to that place. It is as if produced by Cadbury's. They are not producing. Somebody is producing. See? If this world is real, then you can think of changing it. But it's not real. It appears. See? Therefore, again and again think properly. There is one couple, now they are not separated. Maybe about 10 years before, that lady came to me and she asked me this question, Swamiji, I want to divorce. I said, I am not your husband. No, Swamiji. All her seriousness gone. It's difficult to talk to you. I said, don't talk. But then she started Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati. Then Swamiji, last 1 year, although we are staying in the same house, but we are not on talking terms. I am fed up with him. And vice versa. So I decided to separate. I said, why are you asking me? Separate. Go ahead. All the best. No, Swamiji, please tell me. I said, Mama, I have got only one reply to all the things. Think properly. Avichara kruto bandaha vichareta nivarte. Think properly. What is there to think? Suppose you separate. What will happen? Will he die? No. He will be still there. Then who died? He is no more your husband. No more means dead. Is the husband dying? And you are no more a wife. Are you dying? No. So who is suffering? Husband and wife who don't exist. Then what is to be done? I said, tolerate. What cannot be cured must be tolerated. Then I said, if you listen to me, give a chance, maybe a year or so, everything will settle out. And then you have got one son and daughter. The son has completed his education, college education. Now he is looking for a job. So he is also due to get married. And when you separate, your children will inherit that these are the children of a broken family. Very good stamp on them. Very good. Swamiji, I said, then what will you do? You will get married to another. आकाश से टपके खजूर पे लटके. Then what is to be done? What cannot be cured should be endured. Bhagavad Gita. Matra sparshasthu kaunteya शीतोष्ण सुख दुखदा आगमा अपायिना अनित्यान तान तितिक्षस्व भारत. Tolerate. That is the spiritual practice. Running away from the challenges of life is not spiritual practice. Therefore, Maya matram idam dvaitam. Don't take relative life seriously. Relative means everywhere. Guru, Shishya, mother, father, nothing like that. Don't worry about it. Whatever you are supposed to live, live that and forget about it. Drop everything. Give it a try and be happy. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnamudachyate Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.